morning. Here is the news at 10. First, the highlights. Lagos State government urges residents to embrace preventive against cholera. Committee of Vice Chancellors of Nigerian universities warns of collapse of federal universities due to hiking electricity tariff. And for instance, Sudan Army chief accuses countries of turning blind eye to alleged crimes of rapid support forces. And in sports, Australian female basketball team defeats China in friendly match. And now the details. I am Mike James. The Lagos State government has urged residents in the state to embrace preventive measures against cholera and other diseases. This was the submission of stakeholders at the Cholera Social Mobilization Outbreak Response organized by the Lagos State Primary Health Board, LSPCB, with support from UNICEF to sensitize and implement preventive measures to combat the outbreak across the state. Secretary LSPCB, Bolawale Abimbola, who was represented by the Director of Planning, Research and Statistics, Health District 4, Titilayoni, said the Cholera Social Mobilization Outbreak Response is aimed at enlightening residents on the presentation of those affected to get required treatment to avoid death.
So we should make sure that we eat healthy as much as possible. If we can cook our food by ourselves, make sure they are healthy, they are not contaminated, then wash our hands regularly and maintain a good hygiene. Clean your environment, your house, make sure that your water is good, your food is hygienic too. You will be protected.
On her part, LSPCB's Director Health, Education and Promotion Services at the Solar Honfor said the state government had inaugurated an emergency operational committee with different pillars for risk communities, creating awareness to curtail the disease.
We invited all our stakeholders, the Social Mobilization Committee members, all the chairmen in our various local governments, that's the 20 local governments, they were present at this meeting. We also have the local government health education officers. They are also part of this meeting. Also our MOs, the doctors in our various local governments, they are also part of this meeting. We also have our various stakeholders, the interfaiths, that's the religious aspect. Some of our traditional leaders, they are also part of this sensitization meeting.
State Health Education Officer Badijo urged residents to practice good sanitation and hygiene, ensure safe drinking water and food while taking proactive measures to use oral rehydration solutions in combating cholera and report suspected cases to hospitals.
Always the marketers to ensure that they cover their food, the meat seller cover their meat, cover their other food materials in the market and not allow flies to come over because the host, it harbors a bacteria called Vibrio cholerae. So when we get to an environment, canteen, the eatery, and we see that the place is dirty, and of course the food prepared there, we see flies, and here we should not go and patronize them. So we must run a bit and ensure that the food we are taking are from good and hygienic source.
And that was the Education Officer in the Lagos State Ministry of Health, Segun Badijo. Tayo Akirili, who led the rigorous and intense operation, described the activities of commercial bus drivers as worrisome due to long hours of traffic obstruction caused by their actions. Akirili said the enforcement exercises carried out are going to be continuous and more intense and will be carried out across various parts of the state. He described his planned actions as people-oriented, meant to ensure that Lagosians are not deprived of their rights to proper utilization of public amenities. Operators of kiosks and makeshift stores on the curbs and walkways on Adini Jadili were also not spared, as the officials of the agency cleared the structures erected on the walkway meant for pedestrians. The Sultan of Sokoto and President General of the Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs, Muhammad Saad Abubakar, has declared Sunday, July 7, 2025 as the first day of Muharram, marking the beginning of the Islamic year 1446 after Hijrah. And this was contained in a statement signed by the Chairman Advisory Council on Religious Affairs, Sultanate Council, Sokoto Sambu Junaidu. The Sultan felicitated Nigerian Muslims on the New Year. He urged them to continuously pray for peace, progress and development of Nigeria. And now to the rest of the stories. The Committee of Vice Chancellors of Nigerian Universities has warned that about 52 federal universities may collapse in the country soon over the recent hike in electricity tariff, which has increased the cost. These VCs gave the warning after the tariff hike by the DISCOs increased the electricity bill of the federal universities by over 300%. Secretary to the committee, Yakubu Ochefu, said the federal government had already funded solar power plants for about 10 out of the 62 federal universities in the country, leaving the remaining institutions to rely on the DISCOs for electricity supply, as generating power independently has proven very costly for them. Ochefu noted that if the universities are allowed to charge on the basis of consumption, every student and lecturer will be mandated to pay for electricity used. He urged the government and the universities should enter into a workable agreement. The police command in Delta has confirmed the derailment of a train plying the Warri-Itakpe routes. Spokesman for the command, Bright Edafi, who confirmed the incident, said no casualty was recorded in the incident. Reports say the incident occurred on Thursday evening at Abraka, Ethiopia, East local government area of the state. The train was traveling from Itakpe in Kogi to Ujevu in Delta when one of the coaches derailed from the rail track very close to Abraka train station. And in some foreign news, Sudan Army Chief Abdel Fattah al-Burhan has accused many countries of remaining silent and turning a blind eye to crimes allegedly committed by the Paramilitary Rapid Support Forces RSF in the country's modern year-long civil war. Al-Burhan said every day the enemies are killing the Sudanese people, plundering their land and raping their wives and daughters. He noted that some countries have used their influence to stop aid provided to the Sudanese state, while some may have used their international and regional mechanisms to stop supporting the armed forces. Sudan has been gripped by war since April 2023, when fighting erupted between forces loyal to Al-Burhan and the RSF led by his former deputy, Mohamed Hamdan Dagalo. Both sides have been accused of possibly war crimes by United Nations officials and rights groups. And then to sports, Australian female basketball team has defeated China 1-63 in a friendly match. The match held at Melbourne's John Cain Arena marked the Australians' second victory against China in their Olympic warm-up series. And both teams' previous encounter on July 3 ended in a 28 margin gap. The Australians will face the Tigress in their opening game of the Paris 2024 Olympics women's basketball event on 29th of July in France. And that was our news at 10. But just before we go, maintain adequate distance from the line of view to avoid collision. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X, Traffic Radio 961, Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube, Traffic Radio 961. Our website, www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration deployed traffic light and CCTV cameras in strategic places in the state? You can get more details on the Lagos State government website. And to end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State government has urged residents in the state to embrace preventive measures against cholera and other diseases. The Committee of Vice Chancellors of Nigerian Universities has warned that about 52 federal universities may collapse in the country soon over the recent hike in electricity tariff, which has increased their overhead cost. And we also told you that Sudan Army Chief Abdel Fattah al-Burhan has accused many countries of remaining silent and turning a blind eye to crimes allegedly committed by the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces RSF in the country's more than a year-long civil war. The Australian female basketball team has defeated China 91-63 in a match. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio9G. That ends the news broadcast. It was compiled by Sadiq Yusuf. Thank you very much for listening, Lagos. My name is Mike James. Good morning.